Listen up, listen up. This is going to be the most important video, dare I say it, the most important video that you will watch if you have grade school age children, nieces, nephews, if you have family members that are in that age group of elementary, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, grade school age. This is going to be the most important video that you are going to watch. And I say that boldly because this is something that I know. There's one thing that children do not complain about. The one thing that children do not complain about, but it is devastating to their health. It can cause serious health concerns if it is not taken care of. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 things to watch out for, and even one more bonus. 5 things to watch out for. I'm going to tell you exactly what is this devastating thing that can occur that they are not going to be complaining about, that you need to know and observe. And then I'm going to tell you exactly one of the things that can help improve this. Are you ready to learn? Because I'm ready to teach. Here we go. Let's go. So I'm Dr. Savinelli, board certified family medicine physician, CEO and founder of Cornerstone Medical Group, and I've been doing this for over a decade. And this one hits very personal to me because a lot of times we don't recognize that there is one thing that children will never complain of, and they don't even realize it. So I want you to grab a pen, paper, and I want you to write down these 5 things to pay attention to. If your child is doing this, who's grade age, like grade school age, elementary school, if they're doing this, I want you to pay attention to this, and I want you to go forth and get the care and assistance that they need. Number 1, do you notice if your grade school student or your child is rubbing their eyes more? Just rubbing their eyes a little bit more. This might be an indication of eye fatigue. If they're looking at something, if they're reading, if they're doing something, but then from time to time you notice they're rubbing their eyes more. And if they're not rubbing their eyes more, then they're like looking to the side, or they're squinting to kind of just pay attention to what they're doing or what someone is watching. That's one thing. That's one thing that they do. The second thing that I want you to pay attention to, if there is now suddenly a change in their excitement of school. You know how it is in kindergarten. The kids are super duper excited to go to school. But then now suddenly, first grade, second grade, they're not excited anymore. They're actually kind of making up excuses of why they can't or they don't want to go. That's a second sign that there's an indication that something is wrong. But again, kids do not complain about this one health problem that they have because they don't even realize it. So we said 1, rubbing the eyes more. Number 2, that there's a sudden change. They're no longer excited to go to school. 3, that you're getting more calls. You're getting more calls that maybe they're not participating as much. Maybe you're getting calls that they're not turning in homework, or they're not writing the things down correctly, that they're in danger of failing or repeating a class, that there's a sudden change in their grades. Now, some people know how to give these calls correctly for just some positive reinforcement, but we all know not everyone's the same. Other teachers or professors may call you and it may feel like a little bit more hardcore, maybe a little bit more, dare I say, harassment and threats of them not doing what they need to do. And then this suddenly now becomes, here's number 5, well, we're concerned about their behavior. The thing is that it's not so much they're just rubbing their eyes, or they're just not interested in school, or suddenly they're not super smart kids, because believe me, they are. Or it's not just a matter of this behavior has changed. It's not a matter of like they just don't like the class or like the teacher. You know what the real problem is? You want to know what the real health problem is? It's called myopia. It means they can't see. They are nearsighted. They can't see from the distance. And this is what happens for many, many students. As a matter of fact, the number has changed. 1 in 3 students, 1 in 3 kids now have nearsightedness. That means they have to wear glasses and they can't see. Now, that may not be such a big problem because you're like, okay, it's just simple, it's just glasses. But there's something that is happening in grade school age, especially, that shouldn't be occurring, that is driving myopia to become much worse. And here it is, screen time. Now, I know you cringe. You heard me say screen time, and you think I'm gonna tell you, take away this device and take away that device, but I'm not talking about so much as screen time that they're doing at home. I wanna talk to you about the screen time that's involved in the curriculum of elementary school that is and can be a bit excessive. Here's the thing, full transparency. This is something I experienced firsthand with one of my children, where suddenly we noticed that as he was reading, he's skipping lines as he's reading. We started noticing that he's rubbing his eyes more. We started getting these threats and these calls of doesn't want to do his work, not participating, not verbalizing, not asking all the questions or participating in class. We started noticing too that it went from this excitement of going to school and doing homework to now literally crying to do homework. And I'm bringing this up to you because I have, as a physician, I have over a decade of experience as a physician, and this is something that if I wasn't paying attention to, my son could have gotten the wrong outcome and could have had a situation that wasn't beneficial to him. A lot of the assignments that they have in class right now are involved with the screens, the learning, the teaching, be it arithmetic, be it math, be it reading, even music. All of it is involved in the screens. And at that age, it's just too much for them. So yes, I'm not here to fight a system. I'm here to empower you as parents and as loved ones to make sure that your children have what they need. And a big part of elementary school students is when we're speaking about screen time too much as a physician, I'm saying that because that is one of the driving things that cause more and more myopia, nearsightedness in children. Did you hear the number? 1 in 3. 1 in 3 children have myopia. Now again, that may not be a big deal to you, but it is a big deal because this increases their long-term lifetime risk of some serious eye illnesses. And some of them are glaucoma. Glaucoma is that one illness there's more pressure in the eye. Why? Because myopia is the elongation of the eye. So it increases their lifetime risk of myopia. Another thing that can occur too is myopic macular degeneration. That's increased risk of that macular degeneration, and even retina detachment. Those are just 3. And I know that these are really fancy medical terms, but what I'm saying to you all in all is that there is something that you can make sure that you're doing right now for your children. Advocating. Paying attention to any of those things that are occurring that I mentioned earlier that they may be doing. It's not so much that they're not interested or they're not involved. It's because they can't see. They can't see. Children don't recognize that they can't see. Children don't recognize that the things look blurry, that it's not clear to them. They don't recognize that. So it's up to you and it's up to me to pay attention to these things. And don't just take, they're not interested, they don't want to learn, the behavior has suddenly changed. That just doesn't happen just like that for grade school age students. So here's the one thing that's interesting when it comes to myopia that you also need to know. You see, when it comes to myopia, when we speak about making sure that your children are getting sunlight, it's not just for fun, it's actually protective to the eyes. It's actually something that causes the eye to be more healthier, and it protects it. You see, when they're in sunlight, when they're playing outside and they're enjoying that, they're getting in vitamin D. But the also thing that happens as well too is that natural sunlight triggers the retina to release dopamine. Dopamine is that neurochemical signal that will slow down that elongation of the eye. Isn't that cool? So now it also makes me think about this even more so too. We have increased screen time at schools because the kids are just learning because they have to take all these tests, and they have computers. Remember, there used to be like one computer maybe that comes into the classroom, or there used to be one computer lab that we all go to. But now that has turned into computers and iPads and devices that are at each and every classroom, assigned to each and every student. And in some counties, there are even devices that students could go home with. And with all that increased time in the classroom, there's less time in recess. Recess isn't just about get the kids outside and play. That sunlight is helping them. It's protecting their eyes. It slows down the elongation of the eye because of the dopamine release. So I'm saying all of that to say this. Watch and advocate for your children, particularly grade school age students. If you found this video to be helpful, you don't want to miss out on any of these educational videos. So number one, I need you to subscribe to this channel. So super important. Subscribe to this channel. Number two, I want you to share this video. We have to get the word out because there's too many children who might be on that wrong path, or just being told that they're disruptive or they're not interested and they don't care, where all along, all it is that poor baby can't see. And because that poor baby can't see, and because that wasn't noted correctly, there's a trajectory that child's gonna go down that is unnecessary. But it could all be fixed if you and I advocate. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share. And if you want more information like this to really understand how to take care of your health, go ahead and click the link so that you can order the Healthy Whole RX best-selling book on Amazon. It's a best-selling book on Amazon that I wrote just for you to make sure you have the tools that you need to take care of your health correctly. I'm Dr. Savinelli, and always remember, your health matters most.